Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a break from the status quo for a moment to discuss a topic that I think many of my subscribers will be interested in, and that's exploring a few questions like, did I miss Destiny 2? Will I be back to making Destiny 2 content here on YouTube? And how successful was my Starfield endeavor? How much money did I make doing it, etc.? Hey, real quick, I do have a few more Starfield videos planned before I sort of close that chapter for now until we get, news, updates, DLCs for the game. I will still be playing it, but probably not making a whole lot of content as it's not a live service game. And after posting like 30 plus Starfield videos, I think I've probably covered, all that I wanted to do for the time being. But I will have a few more fun and playful videos going up in the next week. So if you are one of the new, thousands of subscribers to the channel because of the Starfield content, just wanted to set expectations for you. Welcome, I'm so glad that you're here. If you didn't know, I used to be primarily a Destiny 2 content creator in the PvP sector. Those are the people that I want to talk to for a minute in this video, specifically. So let's talk Destiny first and then Starfield second. So I took about a 2-month break from Destiny 2, right? I haven't played any of the story content for the current season. I picked up a controller for a grand total of 30 minutes during those 2 months, and that's it. But on Thursday of last week, I logged into Destiny 2 to break the fast and try a little PvP. And basically, not a lot has changed. I played for almost 4 hours, and then I did one more hour-and-a-half session later. And in those 5.5 hours, I didn't see the new map a single time. I continued to run into groups of players running full sweat loadouts and bagging every kill. I did notice that hand cannon range was considerably better though, but all in all, it just sort of felt like Destiny, it didn't go anywhere without me. And to be fair, 2 months isn't a ton of time in game dev time, so I do want to be, fair about that. But still, the stagnation of Destiny's PvP experience that I was feeling before I took a break seems to be mostly unchanged for the time being. And I know I've read TWABs and updates about the Crucible Strike team, and it does sound like they've been a solid addition and have their finger on the pulse of PvP in a good way, to their credit. And I know that in this season, a lot of people were really, really happy about the Checkmate game mode. And unfortunately, I came back when that game mode was gone. So, I mean, I think it's up right now but it's just 3v3, and I didn't really want to do 3v3 yet. I'm just sort of easing my way back into things with a more casual sixes environment. But when I left Destiny 2, it kind of happened like cold turkey and fast. I had been frustrated with the game for a long time, and after an especially unfun PvP session, I basically just tweeted out, I'm done. I'm done for now. And I just stopped. And part of that was my frustration as a YouTuber as well, because I came to the realization that most of my fun and playful videos, they performed terribly. While all of my videos criticizing the game and Bungie, they got great viewership. And while that criticism was well deserved, in my opinion, I still didn't like the idea of having my channel devolve into just a place where we piss and moan. That's not fun, and that's not gonna get me out of bed in the morning excited to do my job either. And now that I've come back, I didn't feel like an instant pull or connection to it. There was nothing in me that really came to life or wanted to bring my very best to this game. I think I'll cover it still, and I'll talk in a minute about what that will look like for me. But to answer that big question of did I miss it, the answer honestly is probably no. I definitely missed a lot of the community. I missed streaming and the camaraderie that we feel as Destiny players, but actually playing Destiny PvP, no, I can't honestly say that I truly missed it. So what does that mean for my Destiny content? Well, I think I'm going to be having a bit of a mental shift, to tell you the truth. I'm just going to focus on the parts of Destiny that I do like. I do like when new guns come out and I can try new perk combinations and builds. So that means I'll do weapon reviews and build suggestions for sure. But I think I'm going to be sidelining my sort of competitive side. I'll step to the side and let the young guns take over in that capacity. They're better than I am at a high level right now anyways. I'm just a 35-year-old dude who likes playing shooters for fun after all. So I'll focus on the fun and letting people know what to look out for. But if people want to, flex on me, bag me, put their gameplay against me on YouTube, whatever, that's fine. I'm gonna stop taking the game seriously in that regard and just try to enjoy myself and use fun stuff mostly. So I can't imagine that I'll be a very big feather in their cap now. The truth is, when I first started recording my own gameplay and uploading videos on my first YouTube channel, none of it was like PvP stuff. I was watching people play Borderlands 2 and Skyrim and make fun content on YouTube about those games, and that's what made me want to be a content creator to begin with. So I'm definitely going to be continuing to lean into variety stuff on my channel and go sort of where my interests take me for now. So let's circle back to the topic of my variety content then. What has that been like? Has it been a success? Did I make any good money doing it? Well, let me break down my journey over the last couple of months for you real quick. So since I dropped Destiny like a, hot pocket fresh out of the microwave, I needed something like that day to start covering. And it just so happened to be the launch day for a game called Remnant 2. Now, I had never played a Souls-like game in my life. And I was also afraid to start variety on my main channel so suddenly, so I started playing the game, and it turns out I was pretty good at it. I managed to beat, the whole game on the hardest difficulty, made tons of guides about how to take down bosses, the timing of their attacks, where to find secret items and loot, lots and lots of content. And my tiny little variety channel with only 700 subs at the time was getting like 40,000 plus views on a lot of my Remnant videos. It was crazy. And I learned a lot about algorithm maximization, how to get views when you have no subs on YouTube, how to make a video that's going to pull new people into your channel. And that was the confidence booster that I needed. And now I knew I was getting a review copy of Starfield almost 2 full weeks before early access was going live. So I also spent that time planning out my content schedule. So when I got my review code, I got right to work so that on launch day for early access of Starfield, I already had 15 videos done and ready to go. And I started rolling them out day after day while I kept grinding. And I was shocked at the reception. Some videos missed, but most of them landed pretty well. And some of them absolutely popped off. And I decided to make what I call dinosaur content, which is way, way different from my Destiny content. See, Destiny is a live service game, so your topics have to be relevant right now if you want them to do well. A Destiny video usually gets almost all of its views within the first 48 hours of being published, and then it's done, unless it's like some evergreen content topic. Usually they get their views and then they die immediately after that. Starfield is not that kind of game though, so I made my content differently. I made videos on topics that people will go searching for whenever they get to that point in the game. For example, I had a romance guide for one of the characters in the game, and when I posted it, it got no traction at all. I mean, in 48 hours, it was sitting at just 2,000 views, which is absolutely pitiful. And the comments were hilarious. I mean, immediately I had Destiny loser idiot morons posting comments like, hey, TV is bleeding views, dead channel, LOL, etc., etc. And now that video has 200,000 views, has gained me tons of subs, and made me a lot of money. Now, this strategy helped me make 6 videos so far that have passed that 100,000 total view checkpoint, and many of them are still chugging along, getting a few thousand views a day and still climbing. And so they start to snowball. So I didn't get numbers like that on Destiny content drops. I'd get 1 or 2 videos that broke 100,000 views. I'm not an Astacross channel, right? I don't have 7 people employed that are constantly churning out thumbnails, clipping my gameplay, all that kind of stuff, editing videos for me. I'm just a one-man show, so I don't reach those kinds of numbers consistently. And the average Starfield viewer, though, is way different than a Destiny viewer. Most Destiny viewers watch a couple of minutes and then they dip. But my Starfield viewers are staying on average almost 3 times longer than my Destiny viewers. That also means they're engaging with the content more, and it means more ads are getting viewed on my channel too. So I'm not just gonna come out and say, hey, here's how much money I made. That's kind of weird. But I can tell you that, my shortest video that broke 100,000 views, the one that only has 1 ad on it because it isn't long enough to get extra ads, that one still was able to make me over $600 on its own. So if you're genuinely curious, you could probably calculate a rough estimate from there. But the short answer is that I did not take a major blow by not covering Destiny. And that's what I needed to know. I needed to know that I could still be successful without Destiny because I may not always like Destiny. My viewers may not always like Destiny. And games are finite things. They come and they go. And one day, Destiny will go. And I want to be prepared for that. So there you go. That's where I've been, and that's where I'm headed next. I'm going to be keeping my finger on the pulse in the gaming world and decide, what game I'll cover next, hopefully very soon. In the meantime, I have a few Starfield projects to wrap up, and probably a couple of Destiny videos to make as well. I've always been a fan of the Festival of the Lost, that whole aesthetic. It's a fun vibe. So thanks so much for your support and viewership. It really does mean the world to me. I hope you have an awesome day. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you out there riding the same good vibes I am these days. Bye-bye.